Welcome back to the channel. As you can see in here, we got parts. I'm soaking the pistons and the caps and all that fun stuff in a tank to get them nice and clean. There we are. I was gonna kind of show you how I clean the pistons so you all can laugh or have your own techniques or just generally talk shit about me. Let's see. So first of all, really the focus is down in the ring grooves right in there. No carbon allowed. I'm trying to find a dirty one so I could show you how to do that. But these ones all, oh, here we go. This one, look at that. That has some nice buildup right there in the oil ring. Trying to use 3 hands at once. I'm just gonna wire brush the edge right here. Just try to get as much of that gunk off of there. A little bit of discoloration in here. That's just old oil caked on there. Just kind of scrub that all the way around the rings. Try to hold the camera. So this is a redneck rebuild. Some of you real race car engine kind of people or other types of know-it-all might tell me how stupid I am, but you know, I'll accept it. So here we have, these pistons are cleaned up. You can see they are pretty. Now this one needs some work. So I make some tools here. I don't know if this works on all engines, but I broke a ring, one of the top rings in half. I used the machine side, so it's a nice flat one. And I wrapped some electrical tape around there. And then on here, I got a double. I took and broke it in two, taped it all together. See how they come out nice and flat, nice and even at the end. Nice sharp edge. So these actually happen to fit with a double. They fit nice and snug right in the oil ring. And there you can kind of lay it down as low as you can and just slide it across. And you know, like I said, some of y'all might have complaints about this technique. That's fine. Leave it in the comments. Tell me how I fuck up, because I always fuck up. Alright, got a little gunk out of there. You can see right over here, there's some good little carbon buildup, and just run that right on across. And that takes most of it right on off. You get up in here. And now we're gonna spin it all around. Make sure we get all of that carbon out of there. You can see, definitely getting some carbon out. Grab the other one, we'll do the compression rings. Kind of same concept, you try to lay it in there as best as you can so you get it nice and straight and it just slides right across real effortlessly. And the same on this side here. Alright, just to show you, when I go to do the next step, this will all clean up. You can see down in there, these all look nice and dirty. If I just hit it with a little bit of brake clean, get it right in that blister right there, it feels great. As you see, that cleaned up completely. So I'm not worried about any of the gunk that's left over. All of that's coming off. These are in pretty good shape. Absolutely free. Now, I did run this motor on liquid sandpaper. What that means is we ran a whole lot of sand and dirt through this engine. So as you see, these skirts, they a little ugly. They're not bad up here, but right at the bottom edge, you can hear that. Maybe if I use a screwdriver, it'll be a little louder. So that's how these ones look. This one looks like it might have some good deep ones too. The worst one was this first one right here. Nearly took all the coating off of that piston. Now, this looked like complete shit, but I also want to emphasize, comes out pretty clean. It ain't perfect, but frankly, ain't anything gonna be perfect when you run a couple of tablespoons of sand through your motor, grind it up into a powder, and provide it as lubricant. That just is not how engines like to do things. Let me grab my sandpaper real quick. So here's what I'm doing to kind of clean up that edge. Just taking some 400, causing an earthquake, gonna lose the camera if I'm not careful. I'm just right on that edge and kind of cleaning it up. And just that, that's all I needed, with just that. 1200. All of that, that's gone. There we go. To anyone who's saying I'm taking the coating off and that this engine's gonna destroy itself after this coating's gone, you're wrong. Point blank. They did not have these coatings on most production engines until after 2000. That means every 350 Chevy, 383, 454, these iconic engines that are known to run 200,000 miles and you can beat the shit out of them. All of those motors should have done blown up already. But they don't. Instead, they actually last pretty damn long. Another thing you can tell me I'm wrong in the comments, because I know. I'm a hack job mechanic. My dad taught me well. All right, so as you see, this one's looking pretty good. Now, we'll run through the rings real quick, just to make sure that these rings are as clean as possible. Because the next step is to spray them with gas, and then I will consider them done. And we'll see how they come out. They come out really nice usually. Attention to detail and taking your time is kind of an important step. Everything's free. These are not press and wrist pins, so the wrist pin itself needs to be able to rotate. So as you see, I can rotate the wrist pin, and it also needs to rotate on the wrist pin. So if I hold the wrist pin, you can see it rotates too. No play, no slop, no nothing. Cap looks good, everything looks good. If you're already at this step and you didn't know to do this, you done fucked up. But I stamp the rods, so this is for cylinder 8. Those are 1, 2, and that is whatever that number is on that side. Looks like a 6. So I do that because I want to put these back in where they came from. Does it really matter? Probably not. Maybe. Who knows? Does this coating matter? Probably. Do a lot of things matter? Probably. Does it really matter? Who knows? When the engine blows up, you can tell me I told you so. So my last step is I got one of these little doohiccuses, and I'm doing most of this off camera because it's boring. But drop this in container of gasoline, hook up your air, blast all inside of the ring grooves really good, all inside of the wrist pin, down inside of the piston. Try to get as much of everything out as you can. Also provide some oil, essentially. Gas actually has a little bit of an oil film to it, so it will help protect this stuff just a hair. But provide that all on there, and I call it close enough for being ready for assembly. I will give them a quick clean before I drop them in the motor, but this step will get me to the ability to be able to drop them in the motor. So these two pistons still need some love, but as you can see, this one's pretty cleaned up. I'm gonna put that one over there. That one's ready for gas. Just some sanding on this. I'm doing most of this off camera because frankly, watch me clean 8 pistons, the block, everything up, blocks bundled up behind me. It's not fun. It takes more time to clean an engine than to actually assemble the engine. The only thing that's nice about this cleanup is I'm not painting everything. So the Corvette motor, I have to paint, and then I have to clean it really good and not have oil on it, and that's just a pain in the ass. Wait for paint dry. I don't have to wait for paint to dry. I just have to make sure it's clean enough to assemble, throw it together, and then we can fire that damn thing up and go rip it. So this video is just kind of showing you how you can kind of clean up pistons. my other video about the crank, you can see, oh, about the crank. I actually measured the crank, and the crank is dead smack in the middle of the range that the journals can be in. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what that is. I remember the rods. The rods are 2.0995 and 6, and they're supposed to be 2.990 to 2.1. Yeah, numbers, too many numbers. They're good. Main journals, good. Everything looks good, and when we go to assemble, we will absolutely use plastic gauge to make sure that micrometer skills are up to par for this assembly. All right, so here's kind of the end result. All the pistons and main caps. You can see down in the piston grooves that it's all nice and clean. I mean, I'm not too worried about a lot of these details, but it looks good enough to me, and I'll clean them one last time right as I drop them into the engine. But I think we're one step closer to assembly. I gotta clean the crank really good, and I think I have it all polished, and once I clean it, I think we can drop the rotating assembly into the block and see how it goes. Gotta spend a few minutes to put on some rings and check gaps of rings. I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with the gap because I'm not running super tight clearances, but we might have ourselves a rotating engine, or I should say rotating assembly, in the next day, which would be real nice. All right, well, I'm off to bed. Take it easy.